Hey guys, what's up? Grimish and Sam back with another video, and today we are back with Marshall Dynasty. I haven't recorded this in a while, so give me a second to catch up. We're going to have to go through recruiting and stuff like that. But we are 10-0, 6-0 in conference play. We do have James Madison, as well as we should have one other game left this season. Yeah, it's against Old Dominion. So we have James Madison, 8 p.m. game at their home stadium. Then we're traveling to Old Dominion. They are 2-8. James Madison is 7-3. Old Dominion probably going to be 2-9 by the time we get to them. But still, we got to take care of business. If we can lock up these last two games and enter the conference championship with an undefeated record, and if we can win the conference championship, we could have a good chance of barely sneaking into the playoffs. But the big thing is recruiting. We are still going after some 4-stars, going after Mosley still. Manny Hayden, I really need to commit, but I'm pretty sure it's week 12 right now. So there's a good chance we do lose out on him, unfortunately. Paul Goodley, another guy that we want. George O'Keefe, another guy. We want a lot of these guys. Kevon Finley, I think it's past week 11. So we should be able to get him hopefully locked up this week. Deontay Wade, another guy we're going after. J.D. Wardo and Cliff Steed. If we can get a lot of these guys locked up sooner rather than later, we should have a good chance to go after some of these other guys down our board and hopefully get a good recruiting class kind of locked up and ready to go. We already have 2 4-star running backs coming in. Got a QB, receiver, and some other positions. Well, a lot of receivers, to be fair. So we need to hit the trenches a little bit harder. But I feel like easily get some good guys in the building during the transfer portal as well. I think that's one thing that's very underrated about this game is the transfer portal is just so heavy and so good. You can really, really kind of fill holes for a season or two with the transfer portal. You can go extremely heavy and get a bunch of seniors and have good players for a year, or you can go with some younger guys and potentially steal some guys away that were good or were previously on your board in previous years. Now, granted, we're only in Season 2, so we shouldn't have anybody that we should really be going after, but you never know. Somebody might leave, and to be honest, I don't remember anybody from Season 1, just because we kind of simmed through it, because, like I said, the audio and shit got corrupted, so just wasn't really worth it, as well as just some other stuff going on with the Dynasty, so I'm going to be 100% honest, too. I have not played much college football since Madden has came out. And even before that, I was playing Battlefield 6. I'm back on Helldivers a lot recently. Was, grinding some ranked on Rainbow, or trying to at least, without getting pissed. So I haven't played college football in a while. So and I know it plays very differently than Madden. So that might be a problem with my approach entering this game. But still. And it's not because I'm more enjoying Madden than college football. I think college football is still a much better football game. I'm just trying to give Madden its fair shake this year and see if I have any reason to really play it. Also, Dolphins franchise out. Go check those out if you guys want to see some of that. And I don't know why I'm returning this, because there's no point in returning footballs in this year's game, because it just is not a good enough strategy. A.J. Turner coming off of his best game of his career, probably, if not at least this season. So we are going to be starting off with a pass, but we do need to still stick to this run game a lot, like I've talked about previously. Holy shit, that dude got through quick. 2nd and 10 now, having to throw that football away. I think our offense just opens up a lot more when we run the ball successfully. So that is something to keep in mind as we head into this game. It's kind of different because Madden, I feel like, is so pass heavy and so encouraging to pass the ball more than college football is, which is completely understandable, as the NFL has turned into a very pass heavy league. But it's kind of unfortunate not being able to run the ball quite the way you want to in Madden. It just feels like anytime you get some consistency running the football, a superstar dev player fucking makes some insane play, and then you're like, fuck, I'm behind the sticks by 4 yards because he met me at the handoff, at the fucking handoff, and I gotta throw the football now. But 2nd and 3 now after a good run by Turner there. Big reception by Ben Turner, but Ben Turner is now out. Man, I really thought that offensive lineman was going to get a little bit more push there. Does seem like Ben Turner's going to be out for the rest of this game. So even when we do go to the air, we're going to have to really lean on Lacey and Payne today then, as those guys are two of our better receivers / receiving threats on the team outside of Ben Turner. We can easily get guys like Barbie and Turner involved in the screen game, but sometimes that isn't always the most effective way to get the ball out through the air. DeMarcus Lacey, though, big catch there, up to the 38. A.J. Fox putting some good zip on some of these balls. And we will have a 1st and 10 at the 38 now. Like I said, I'm trying to give Madden its fair share and fair shot. I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, I played 5 hours and I dislike Madden. There's definitely a lot of things that I'm not finding fun about Madden. I think superstar dev traits with certain abilities are still super overpowered. I think there's too many good D tackles in that game. I think overalls are just too high as well. I'm going to throw this up to Payne here. Doesn't quite get a good enough positioning to really give himself a chance at that football, unfortunately. I will say, I'm not having a terrible time on Madden. I'm not going to say I'm having a great time on Madden either. Just being realistic about that. There is a lot of stuff that I still dislike about the game and how the game runs in certain aspects. But like I said, I want to give it its fair shot. I don't want to just be like, oh, I didn't like it after fucking 2 hours. So now, like I said, I have a lot of issues, and Peyton Ellis now down. That's not great to see. Anthony Quinn coming off 2 games ago, coming off of a 5-touchdown game for him, and that defender unblocked. Nothing going there. Unfortunate to say the least. Okay, why are you back in? We're just going to put Falk at center. Okay, that's picked. Nope, Sharon right. White can't hold on to it, though. 43-yard field goal. Oh, fuck. I forgot that it's this kick meter. I haven't had to play with this kick meter in so fucking long now. Like I said, haven't played a whole ton of college football recently, if any, really. So, but I figured, got done watching a good chunk of the college football games. Watched Oklahoma and Michigan, watched Iowa State, watched some of the Marshall game. So, I just kind of had the itch to go play some college football. Probably tomorrow when I plan on recording, I'll probably end up, grinding out some Madden, getting some Madden videos done. But overall, just wanted to hop on Marshall. Figure let's try to wrap up season 2, or at least a good chunk of it. At least most of the games, if we don't end up making the playoffs for some odd reason. 1st and 10 here at the 13. First defensive drive here. They're gonna run an RPO. Wow, RPOs take a while in this. It seems like in Madden you got like half a second to decide. You have to decide like, hey, did that guy come or did that guy come? If not, then I immediately have to go to... Ooh, shit. Chris Holmes comes up with a big one, though. Like I said, just wanted to play some college football, so we're back on this one. They're going to run a QB sneak. I will say, CPU is a little bit smarter in Madden this year. They are a little bit smarter on those inch plays. They do run a lot of quarterback sneaks. I will say that. Which is kind of annoying because it's like, once they get to the inch line, it's like, okay, I can't really do anything unless I want to call a goal line D. And then they're, for some reason, going to be able to fucking check out into a 5 wide with 3 tight ends and a fullback and somehow throw up a deep ball and beat the dog shit out of me. 1st and 10, though. They're going to 3 wide, cover up this tight end. Harris has no reaction to it. I will say, both in Madden and college football, linebackers are still too stupid. At least in like Dynasty and franchise, where you're not gonna have some insane cards or whatever, like Mutt or whatever. It still feels like linebackers are fairly stupid and fucking can't react in pass coverage, at least from a user standpoint. But 2nd and 3, they're gonna hand off. Wow, that dude had a fucking burst of speed. Ben York, one of their offensive linemen, go down now. I will need to go back to a 4-3 if it feels like we're going to continue to get shredded here. But that's a good pass breakup from, I think that's Kershaw. Yeah, it should be Kershaw anyway. Gonna hop on Clark. Cover up this slot right off rip. That will hopefully take away a quick RPO. But we did give up that. Fuck. I thought Chris Holmes was going to play that a little bit more since nobody was kind of over on that side of the field. I figured he would play that maybe a little harder than what he did. That's my fault, I guess, for assuming that. First and goal, they're going to run just downhill. And Clark just gets ran over. Holy shit. Okay, we're in for a long day if that's going to continue to happen. Like I said, really need to run the football here a lot. We got a good offensive line. We got some good running backs. I trust them enough to get the job done. 2nd and 3 now after a 7-yard pickup from A.J. Turner. 4 for 19 so far on the day for him. So not off to a bad start. Almost 5 yards a carry. That's a very, very good start. A.J. Fox is going to take off and run. They play man. I'm going to take advantage of that. If they're going to fucking not, stay tuned into their rush lanes. If they're going to run man, I'm going to take it right up the gut, and I'm going to shove it down their fucking throat. Simple as that. 1st and 10, I'm going to go play action here. Like I said, looking Toby Payne, looking White even. White, big catch there on the sideline, trying to get his feet down in bounds, and he does. That was an NFL-level catch right there, and he did that and more. I don't know what the fuck that blocking was, but I will take it as soon as humanly possible. Who was that to fucking Achilles? Was that fucking Ben Turner? Is he out for the season? Are we going to lose our best fucking receiving threat on the later half of this fucking season? That's going to suck dick. Sharon White's really going to have to step up then. I think it's Sharon. I could be wrong in that aspect. Going to have to really continue to put some pressure on them, as we need to win every single game from here on out to even have a chance at the college football playoffs. And if we don't get into the playoffs, I highly doubt we would be able to keep Ramil, our star left tackle. Granted, he hasn't played the greatest either, so it's not like we'd be missing much, but still would suck to lose him just based off of merit, as well as potentially how well he develops in the offseason could determine if he does go pro. Because I think Toby Payne has a good chance, Turner has a good chance, so we could get another guy down the road to go pro, and Fox just fucking airmails it over fucking McGrew's head. Wonderful. Thanks for that, dude. I will say we do need a quarterback to develop, because some of these easier throws that we miss on occasion get really annoying. And then fucking, I don't know what 92's doing, but he just ran completely outside and knew the boot was coming. 3rd and 10 now. I'm going to have Hughes. You're telling me it's too loud at James Madison. You can't fucking understand run a curl? Hey, Fox, just give him fucking hand signals at this point. If the defender jumps it, he jumps it. And I can't even get the ball out because we have no blocking. And it's 4th and 10. It's not even relatively close to fucking try to even... We really need to slow down this running back, so I'm going to send some pressure, and we will run that 4-3 look that we really like. Keeping 3 linebackers on the field, really congesting, this front 7, these trenches. Good breakup there by Zach Lutmer. I'm going to be honest, whenever I see him deep in coverage like that, I do get a little nervous. I'm not even going to lie. It does kind of concern me because he's not a corner, right? I'm not expecting... He's more out there for run support and zone, and when we put him in man, I do shit myself a little bit. There's Chris Holmes on a big blitz, and he gets home. Namdi helps him finish him off, and we'll have 3rd and 15. We'll drop it into a cover 3 look here. Play everybody off and back off. Play over the top. Dump it off to the running back. I swear to God, if he picks this up, everybody's cut. Like, Jesus fucking Christ. I honestly thought he was going to get it. Take Jeter back to help with the punt return. Get a 4th blocker back there potentially. DeMarcus Lacey has had some good ones, but number 9's just running downfield for no reason and not trying to pursue an angle. He's just running straight down the field, expecting DeMarcus Lacey to cut back. 1st and 10, going to hand off Turner here. That's a big hole. Turner, that's a bad pursuit angle from the safety, and Turner's off and running, and he's gone. A.J. Turner continuing his big second half of his season. 87 yards and a touchdown. We should go for 2 here. I don't know why it's telling me to settle for the point after. You go for 2 here, because then you go up 7, and if they go down and score, then you're at least tied, and you're not fucking running around, you know, down 1. I'm gonna have Payne guarantee himself that out route. Lacey, I'm guaranteeing running that slant. So we do have some options off rip. Payne and I can't even get the ball out, and they just picked it off. We're in a 4-3 look now, so we should have that availability at least to us. They had that fucking post down the middle. I think that post was a lot more deadly there. I think if you hit that as soon as you see that linebacker hasn't dropped far enough, I think that's a fucking touchdown. With the safety split so far wide like that, I feel like that's a touchdown that they just missed. Gonna hop on Harris. They're going play action. Chris Holmes, dude, you gotta fucking come up with that. You're running the route for him. Go up and make that fucking play. I don't know why we're going for a swat in that situation. I'm going cover 3 sky. They look to be an RPO just based off of how the receivers were running out of their stance, but deciding to hand it off. 3rd and 14 now. I almost want to play man here just because I'm afraid of a crosser. No, they dump it off to the tight end. Gonna have to make a tackle. There is, I think, Clark Glover making the tackle. And we will force them to punt here with a 4th and 8, just over 5 minutes to play in this second quarter. DeMarcus Lacey back, ready to return. Gonna pretend to just go straight upfield. And they had a guy on the edge. I didn't think I was going to be able to get to the edge, so I just figured pick up as many yards as possible. Just kind of turn it upfield even more. And just get those 1 or 2 extra yards instead of try to widening it and potentially losing a yard or 2. Going to go 26 duo. They're going to send a blitz here with number 6, or he just really wanted to run commit there. So unfortunately nothing going there. I do have White Jr. coming over the middle. Cohen on this fucking seam route, by the way, might be something. No, I got Naheem Hughes, though, one-on-one. Hughes can't come down with a good play from the corner there, number 3. Fox taking another shot. I like White on this out route. Payne late on this deep in could be something. Yeah, they kind of jump all over that. Payne comes down with it, but behind him. And Fox is now down. I don't think I can risk going for it in our own territory with the backup, with Jaquay Long coming in. He's just so inconsistent. I don't want to test it and him fucking have one of his balls that sails 5 feet over some dude's head. Granted, not like AJ Fox has played very great today, but, you know, that is what it is. I'm going to keep Fox in. If he gets injured, he gets injured. We'll have to figure out a way to win with Jaquay Long. I think we're going to have to take a break from throwing the ball a lot today. And we really are going to have to hit the ground running. Jabril Amin comes up with the tackle. Tackle for loss at that. They're going 5 wide. I really don't want to test our man coverage with two backers out there. They're going screenplay here. Somebody needs to come up with the tackle. Chris Holmes. Namdi is now down. Dude, what the fuck is going on? Our injury slider's up on 100 right now? What the fuck is going on? We have lost like 4 dudes already. 3rd and 5. Cover up this tight end immediately. Okay. You know, if you're going to cover him, if you're going to drop into coverage like that, and if you're going to cover him for the first 10 yards, you may as well just keep running with him. I know it's zone, keep running with him. Like in that situation, keep running with him. 1st and 10. Good hit there from Harris. Going to go cover 4 drop field here with Clayton. See what we can get. Namdi back in the game. 2nd and 3 now. They're going to go read option here. Chris Holmes, though, with a good tackle. Getting blocked up by that tight end. Still able to come away with the tackle there. So it will bring up a 3rd and 3 with just over 2 minutes to play. At the 15, they're going to go inside zone. And Jesus, that running back is so fucking explosive. That's really fucking annoying. Gonna go hook seed post here. White's my immediate option, looking back towards Payne and Turner here. Oh my god, that corner's all over it. Bad ball from Fox as well. I don't really want to risk him taking too many hits, but screens have worked so well in the past for us. So I just feel like we have to go to it here, especially when we can't get anything down the field to work. Turner with a big reception there, up to the 42. We're not going to be able to get back to the line and run a play before the 2-minute drill, but we will have the ball after the 2-minute warning. And we will continue to run the ball here. We have 2 minutes, 3 timeouts. We have plenty of time to run the football if we want. Turner with a big run there. Another 10, 9 for 99 on the day for him. So another very, very good game. A.J. Turner, one of the best backs in college football right now, for us at least, in this next season. I'm doing something stupid. Yeah, I fucking figured. I figured Irving wasn't even going to jump down at the 1. Unfortunate. I'm going to send double mid blitz here. I'm going to go mid blitz. I was hoping to hop on a fucking corner so I could send that, so I could just spy and fucking sit right in the middle of the field. But unfortunately would not let me switch them. It kept switching me amongst the D linemen. I'm sending 6 again. They get home, but he's able to throw out of it, unfortunately. I'm going to send 6 again. I don't care. You're backed up inside your own territory. You're going to have to come beat me. If one of your guys makes a good play, they make a good play. Lutmer got beat. Lutmer got fucking destroyed. But he knocks it out. Let's fucking go, Lutmer. Lutmer making a second big fucking play on a deep ball, by the way. Okay, we're going to get the ball back with decent time left, as well as with a chance to have a decent return with them pinned so far back in their own territory that at least gets us close to where we need to be. Back in about the same territory we just were. Up at the 45. I'm looking Hughes on this slant. Lacey is an option if that corner really plays off. Hughes, though, open over the middle. He's going to have a catch, run, get up to the 30. We're going to hurry back to the line here. We still have time to run the football if we feel necessary. Hughes on this corner, if it's man, is an awesome. We have Lacey on that curl, but he can't even fucking haul that one in. How? I have no fucking idea. Gonna go PA boot here, but we're actually gonna send McGrew on a. You're standing next to the quarterback. You can fucking hear him, dipshit. I swear to God, I'm gonna cut you just for that. Payne just not going out on his route. I'm just gonna fire it to fucking Hughes, and he drops it. Dog, you have it in your hands when you're coming down. Secure it against your fucking body, and then when the linebacker's hitting you, then you have an excuse. But holy shit. Lacey, there's a good catch. We're going to hurry back to the line on this one as well. I'm going to go tight end hook here. Okay, clock is ticking and Fox is not getting under center. White, across the middle. White, into the end zone. Touchdown. Sharon White. I'm pretty sure that's his name. God, I hope it fucking is. Or I'm going to look like a dipshit. They will kneel out at the half. So us taking a 19-14 lead. Fuck you. You're going to have to kneel 3 times. You're going to have to kneel 3 times. Fuck you. Fuck your averages. Fuck you. I'm calling timeouts. You can suck my dick. Because now, guess what? Your averages hurt. Makes me look fucking better as a defensive coach. Let's fucking get it, dog. Damn, was hoping that it would just barely let me call a timeout. That would have been funny as shit. And them having to fucking punt the football back. But taking a 19-14 lead here going into the half. Pretty good game. A.J. Turner, I think we're just going to have to run the football this second half. Running the football has worked so much better for us. Now, granted, I know it works better for us normally as a whole, but our pass game has really struggled. That 2-minute drill looked pretty promising. I knew I shouldn't have thrown the ball to Irving. I thought just maybe with size advantage we could maybe at least try. But the fact that he didn't even go jump after the football is probably the biggest problem. But then again, that's a problem both in college football and in Madden. So, whatever. We're going to start with a cover 3 sky out of the 4-3 look. Really give ourselves a chance to stop this run, as I do fear they're running back a little bit more than their receivers at this point. Just because our corners have made some good plays. Not even just our corners, because Lutmer is a safety as well. But I do trust our coverage unit Now, I'm not saying I don't trust our run-stopping unit. It's just more, I know we've gotten gashed in the past. Jesus fucking Christ. They run 4 verts. Are you fucking for real right now? Y'all are not fucking for real. I'm going to say that. Y'all are not fucking for real right now. They're going to motion the tight end over this left side. Expecting an inside zone. Cover this receiver on the crosser. Kareem there in coverage. He's going to tackle down the tight end. 5 for 77 on the day for him. Going to go back to this cover 3 Sky. I'm going to bring Clark down, and I'm going to pretend like he's rushing. We're going to hop on Marshall here. Cover this tight end. Cover that little curl. Can't even complete it to the tight end out to that right side. He unfortunately drops it. Owen McCown. Is that Josh McCown's son? It probably is, to be fair. I think it's Owen McCown. Back in the 4-3. Going to cover this slant. And there is... Is that Simmons or is that... No, that's Ward, yeah. Simmons is like 38, not 58, dipshit. They're going to have to punt the football on 4th and 13. And that's a really good return by Lacey up to the 40. On the run, had to make a good move. The guy that was supposed to be in coverage couldn't quite bring him down right away. I'm seeing a lane with Fox, but that D tackle sheds immediately. 3 yards there for Fox. Got to keep him out of those situations, though, as he is feeling it right now. Going to go back to A.J. Turner in this run game. Just power football, downhill. Everybody put a hat on another person, and let's fucking go. 10 for 104. I feel like we have to go to the air just because of it being 3rd down. I don't love this situation, but I'm going to have Turner just go to the flats here. Lacey, I'm going to have run a slant. Try to clear some space out. Lacey across the middle. He'll have a catch and run, and he'll get up inside of JMU territory and will get us all the way up to the 37. So those quick passes really working for us right now. We're going to motion Stevens over. Have 3 tight ends off to this left side. I think we trust this left side a little. Okay. Never mind. Fuck that. Quick fork zig. I like Payne here, but it doesn't look like man off rip. It is, though. Hughes with a good catch. Kind of behind him. 3rd and 7 now. Going to go wide corner. Payne would be an option, but with the fact that guys don't play to their size, I'm not really trusting that. Payne, though, coming back to the football, and he'll have a big catch. Down to the 17. Cam Pringle, our right tackle, now out. I guess a lot of these guys are starting to face that season wear and tear at this point. Or at least that's what I would assume is going on. Trying to get the ball to Turner, but can't quite get it done. Just bring Tyreek Montgomery in at this point. I'm not going to fucking worry about bringing Cam Pringle back in. 2nd and 10 now. Barbie going to get some action here. Holy fuck. Whoever 25 is just laid Quincy Irving the fuck out. Like, he full-on fucking blew his ass up. Whoever 25 is, if you're in the transfer portal next season, dude, you have a fucking scholarship here. I can promise you that. 4th and 5 now. Not great blocking on those last 2 plays, and we'll have to settle for a field goal. It will put us up 8 points, though, so I'm not too concerned about it. Now, granted, of course, scoring a touchdown there is, of course, better. But going up 8's still fine. Puts them in a situation where even if they do go down and score, they still have to put up the 2-point conversion as well, with just under 4 minutes to play here in the 3rd quarter. With them showing the fact that they will take deep shots, we're going to run this cover 4 quarters. And there's Harsh getting home. 3rd sack on the day for the team. Looking really, really good right now. Where the fuck is my cover 4 Palms at? Is it not in this fucking playbook? 2nd and 15 now. I'm just going to have to try to play downhill with Clark here. Yeah, we're just going to play downhill. They're going to run a play action, and Harsh is going to have another sack. And we will have a very good opportunity to get off the field here with 3rd and 20. I'm going to hop on Clark here. They're going to run. They're just going to run. Kershaw there, down at the 1 now. we got to try to block this. With us controlling both the time and in the lead, I'm going to run the football even more here, but they make a good play, number 15. I'm going to go halfback inside zone again. Fuck it. Let's try to this left side now. Somebody needs to... You all just need a block. Just everybody go hit somebody. Turner. Spin. Lacey, stop looking at Turner. Go fucking block. If you miss that, dude, fucking stop looking at Turner and being like, wow, he just made a really good spin move. No, find the next fucking dude. Like, seriously. Fuck, man. Stop staring at Turner. I know he's good, but fuck, you can't be just... And 92 makes another fucking wild play. Gonna go shock option here. White has speed. If Fox can make a good throw... White! Oh, fuck, he dropped it. Into the bushes he goes. Gonna go bunch trail here. I'm gonna have Barbie run a corner here. Sharon White, by the way, on this corner could be open, but not man, so not really. I was gonna say, if that D-tackle fucking... Why is Cam Pringle in the fucking game? Why is he in the fucking game? Why? I literally said substitute Tyreek Montgomery. What do you not understand about that? I'm going to send some pressure here. I'm going to walk Clark down, and hopefully Marshall can do something with it. He's going to be in the backfield on that handoff on that inside zone, stopping him on a 1st and 10, now 2nd and 13. And that will run out the rest of the quarter as we have a 25-14 advantage heading into this 4th quarter. So offense not quite where it normally is sitting at this point in the game, but the defense is still holding to under 20 points right now. Like I said, we're at number 17. If we can string together these last 3 wins, we should have a good chance to make that last spot in the college football playoffs. I just can't see a team that has 2 or even 3 losses getting in ahead of us. I understand we're playing against weaker opponents per se, but you know, if a team wins out, I feel like they should be in the playoffs, especially a 12-team playoff. I definitely think they should be in. Tackle there by Chesson Clark. 3rd and 7 now. Going to go cover 3 Sky out of this 4-3 again. I'm going to have them actually open up the other way. Kind of cover these receivers with these backers. I don't know where the fuck that quarterback's throwing that ball to. Holmes can't come up with it. Kareem doesn't make a good play on the tip ball. But we do force a 4th and 7, and they will punt again. Gonna go power. Oh, fuck. I think if I bounce that to the outside, I think Barbie's gone. I bounced it to the inside because the gap was a little bit bigger, and I figured just take the direct route. But I think if we bounce that to the outside hole, that might have went all the way. 3rd and inches now for Barbie. Gonna go mountain duo here. I'm actually gonna sub Quinn in after this. So gonna bring McGrew, the fullback, in motion. Mainly a tight end, but mainly plays fullback on this team, so considering him a fullback. Barbie's going to pick up the 1st down and be down to the 38. Going to go halfback slam here with Quinn. Looking at blocking assignments, looks pretty good across the board. As long as everybody at least goes and gets somebody, I think we should be in a good situation. Quinn with a good run there. Kind of slows down the run a little bit. 2nd and 5 now. They're going to keep a lot of guys in the box now as it is getting later in the game. They do want to try to come up with a stop here. Quinn, not really enough power. 3rd and 2 now. I'm going to run halfback stretch here. I know Quinn isn't the fastest. I actually want to run to this left. They're kind of oversetting to the right here. They got more guys set up on the right, so I do trust this left side of this offensive line, and that corner just unblocked. McGrew and Irving don't ever come off their double team. And we got to settle for another fucking field goal. Jesus Christ. Going to stay in cover 4 quarters. I need guys deep. I think the linebackers can cover sideline to sideline here. They should be fine. They're going to run inside zone here again with that running back. Harris having to step up, make the tackle. 3rd and 7 now. Going to go free fire from the 4-3. I'm going to walk Harris down. Try to get him covered up immediately. And hopefully Marshall has a free run. No, he gets blocked up too. Lutmer needs to get out there. He doesn't. Kershaw able to slow him down. And Marshall able to make his way back into the play. Going to play some man. I'm actually going to drop into coverage here. If they're going to hit a deep ball on us in this cover 2, that's fine. They are going to play action. They're looking underneath to the tight end. That would be... Fuck, I forget who 33 is. That's Carr. He'll have the tackle. Now a 2nd and 4 now. Running back is looking pretty tired at this point. Going to hand it off to him again. Stick him at the legs again. He's going to be feeling this after this game. I'm going to go outside backer fire here again. We're going to walk Carr down. I'm going to try to immediately spin to the inside. Nope. Wrong way. Oh, and Kareem comes up with a big pick. And he'll have a chance to return this one. No, the QB's too fast. Yep, fuck. Braden Ward, one of our edge rushers. He's more of a run stopper, but has performed well when we have asked him to rush the passer. Now down. Going to go back to this halfback stretch play with McGrew. Going back to this right side. Quinn with some good blocking. And, Anthony Quinn scoring again. Anthony motherfucking Quinn. I think that's 10 on the year for him. And he gets it done. 5 for 31. I'm going to go cover 1 contain. I know the quarterback hasn't scrambled much today, but that kind of just lets me free roam with Harris without any real responsibilities. Lutmer gets beat to the inside on that slant. Unfortunate, to say the least. I'm going to go cover 2 here. If they bomb us, that's fine. I think our corners have shown that we can go make plays when we need. And fuck. They run 4 verts, and the guy takes the post instead of the seam route. Unfortunate. 1st and 10 at the 43 now. Going to slant this D-line to this right side. Force some pressure. Somebody make a fucking play on this D-line. Underneath to the running back, but there is Kershaw making the play. We are not in a situation to really go toe-to-toe with. I'm going to call a timeout here. If they're going to be hitting the pass lane so heavy, I think we need to swap out and get into a nickel look at least. If we got to take a linebacker off the field, we will. Going to go to an RPO here. Holmes in coverage. He'll have the stop. Fortunately, the running back is still able to get 1 there. I'm going to go. Let's just fucking mid-blitz it. Mid-blitz it. Fuck, Kershaw is the guy on the running back. Fuck. Can't get to Kershaw. Lutmer going to have to come up with another play. And he does. Oh, my God. When the ball went straight up into the air, I legitimately thought that receiver was going to make a play. Like, set his feet again and be able to get there and catch the football. Not quite. 4th and 2. Expecting a run. They're throwing the football over the middle. And there's Harris coming up with a deflection. Well, a knockout late. 1st and 10 at the 35, and we are going run heavy the rest of the game. That D-end just crashed so fast. In what world would that dude crash that hard across the fullback's face? Like the fullback has backside responsibility, and I understand that, but in what world would that D lineman immediately run straight down the line of scrimmage? In no world. He wouldn't do that. I'm going to go halfback stretch here with Anthony Quinn. Hopefully he has some stamina left. Looks like he does. 3rd and 7, halfback stretch. McGrew just doesn't get out there fast enough, unfortunately. 25 with a good tackle. I'm just going to send pressure at him this entire drive. I trust our defensive backs to go make plays here. So I'm going to just send pressure the entire time. They're going to hand off to their running back. Clayton making the tackle, 2nd and 12. Don't know why you'd be handing the ball off if you would want to run more plays. This kind of doesn't make a whole ton of sense to me. 2nd and 12. They're looking to go deep. Chris Holmes in coverage, and he will come up with a breakup. 3rd and 12. This game's out of reach, but they're still trying, which I can always commend, right? But, just the way they're going about it is kind of odd to me, I guess. 3rd and 12. They're going deep again. Somebody come up with it. Kareem not able to. 4th and 12. They're going to punt the football. I'm going to go for a block here. Going to go strong power out of pistol ace slot. I really like this play. It's worked well for us in the past. Going to give Turner one more run here. Okay. I didn't notice. I was too busy watching the lineman pull and figuring out where I needed to go that I wasn't watching Irving. And Irving just got kind of shoved into my way. So, unfortunately, not able to get anything else going. But still taking the victory, 35-14. Defense does its job. Offense needs to finish some of the drives. That's the biggest takeaway from this game right now is offense needs to finish some of the drives, and we need to get dudes healthy. We can't be having, 2 starting offensive linemen, running back leaving for a good chunk of the game, our starting D tackle, stuff like, and one of our linebackers leaving for a good chunk of the game either. I think if we get into those situations against good schools, which if we make it to the playoffs, we're going to be, we can't be losing guys halfway through the game because they're worn down. But offense needs to finish more drives. Defense played well, and he played a little bit better. The defense backs really stepped up. They were really tested today, deep, but they did a fantastic job. I think the D-line still came away with 3 sacks. I think tackling needs to be a little bit more sound, mainly for the defense. We need some bigger plays. I know we had the takeaway as well as 3 sacks, but I think we need a couple more, whether it's sacks or turnovers or whatever. Whatever we can get will help us. Like I said, tackling needs to be a little bit more sound, and that pass coverage down the middle near the seams was very vulnerable today. But I think we should be able to fix some of those things, just mainly with play calling too. So yeah, good win over James Madison. Like I said, we gotta fix a couple things. But overall, feels good to be back on the game. Got to figure out some of the things that I can't do on this game compared to Madden. But hopefully we can get a couple more recruits to sign this week. We'll figure out if we did lose out on that one recruit. But overall, good situation. Kevon Finley, we do get. Hayden, we do lose. Miami does jump us in their visit. That's tough. We do have a lot of points to spend, though. We have 100 points. I'm going to wait. I'll keep Manny Hayden on the board just in case they fuck up and add too many backers and he decommits. Because playing time, that could be something that happens. So we'll keep him on the board for now. But overall, we do have points to spend in the next video. We'll spend them in the next video. We'll go over some stuff and figure out who we need to send some points after and who we need to start scouting and getting better prepared for if we do need to go after them in the long run. But that being said, guys, I do appreciate all the support you guys have shown on the videos. I do have 2K roster updates coming out shortly, as well as some other stuff coming out. But with that being said, I'm out. Peace.